Most people believe financial struggle comes from not earning enough. But in many cases, that's not the real problem. The real trap is something much quieter. It's comfort. There's a point in many careers where life becomes stable. The paycheck arrives on time. The bills are covered. There's enough left for small upgrades, occasional vacations, and a few rewards along the way. From the outside, everything looks fine. And that's exactly what makes this situation so powerful. Because when life feels stable, urgency disappears. There's no crisis pushing you to change anything. No immediate pressure forcing you to rethink the system you're living in. The routine becomes normal. Work, spend, repeat. Years pass like this. Not because people are reckless with money, but because they slowly adapt to a life that feels good enough. This is what many people call the middle-class comfort zone. And despite the name, it's not defined by income. Some people enter this zone at $50,000 a year. Others enter it at $150,000. The numbers change, but the pattern stays the same. Your lifestyle expands to match your income. A better apartment, a newer car, more subscriptions, more conveniences. None of these decisions seem extreme on their own. In fact, most of them feel reasonable. After all, if your income grows, it feels natural for your lifestyle to grow with it. But over time, something subtle begins to happen. The system around your life becomes heavier. The rent or mortgage becomes larger. The monthly payments multiply. The expectations of your lifestyle increase. And slowly, freedom begins to shrink. At first, this isn't obvious. You're still earning more than you did before. Your life looks better than it used to. But the margin between what you earn and what you need starts getting smaller. You're comfortable, but also committed. Committed to the car payment. Committed to the rent. Committed to maintaining the lifestyle you've built. And because everything appears stable, few people question it. But stability has a hidden side. The more stable your system becomes, the harder it becomes to step outside of it. Taking risks becomes uncomfortable. Changing careers becomes harder. Starting something new begins to feel dangerous, not exciting. Because now there's more to protect. And this is where the middle-class trap quietly forms. It's not a trap of poverty. It's a trap of stability. A life that is just comfortable enough to keep you inside it. Many intelligent, capable people stay in this system for decades. Not because they lack ambition, but because the system gradually removes the pressure that once forced them to grow. Early in life, pressure is everywhere. You need to improve your skills. You need to increase your income. You need to move forward. But once life becomes stable, that pressure fades. Progress becomes optional. And optional progress is easy to postpone. Next year feels like a better time. Then the year after that. Then suddenly, 10 years have passed. Meanwhile, the financial structure around your life has only grown more complex. Higher expenses. More commitments. More responsibility. At that point, even people who want change often feel stuck. Not because they lack ability, but because their life has become expensive to disrupt. The middle-class trap doesn't appear as a dramatic failure. It appears as a very normal life. A good job. A respectable lifestyle. Predictable routines. And because everything looks fine from the outside, few people recognize what's happening. They assume that stability automatically leads to freedom. But stability and freedom are not the same thing. Stability often comes from building a life that depends on continuous income. Freedom usually comes from building systems that don't. Assets, ownership, things that generate value without requiring constant effort. The challenge is that these systems take time to build. And while they're growing, they often look less impressive than a lifestyle built on spending. The person quietly investing part of their income every year may appear less successful than someone constantly upgrading their life. But time changes that equation. Over long periods, small financial decisions compound into large differences. Two people can earn similar incomes for 20 years and end up in completely different positions. One built a lifestyle. The other built leverage. One needs their job to maintain everything. The other has options. And that difference rarely comes from dramatic decisions. It comes from quiet ones. Keeping your expenses slightly below what you could afford. Resisting the pressure to upgrade every time your income rises. Building assets slowly, even when the results aren't immediately visible. None of these choices feel exciting in the moment. But they change the structure of your future. The middle-class trap works because it convinces people that comfort is the same as progress. But comfort often replaces the urgency required to build something greater. The irony is that many people who eventually reach financial freedom spend years living below the lifestyle they technically could afford. Not because they have to, but because they understand something important. Every upgrade you accept today becomes a cost you must carry tomorrow. And the more costs you carry, the less freedom you have to change direction. Real wealth isn't just about how much money you earn. It's about how flexible your life remains as it grows. Because the ultimate goal of building wealth isn't a bigger lifestyle. It's having the ability to choose your own path. And sometimes the most important step toward that freedom is recognizing when comfort has quietly turned into a cage. If you enjoy exploring the hidden psychology behind money, wealth, and the systems that quietly shape financial outcomes, consider subscribing for more videos like this.